Hey, NorCal Karters, Jason here, and it is Monday, July 15th. And tonight we're doing our upcoming events. We have a couple special guests on. We have Mike Burrell from Rock Cup USA. We have Travis Milbourne on from Kart Idaho. But how many of you was like kind of quiet in the video, then all of a sudden those Briggs engines hit? Did you get a little startled? I did. It's like the third time it's happened to me. And yeah, it's our show. So, but whatever. So Monday, NorCal Mondays. I'm Jason. Ashley will be on in a moment. And again, we're going to go over the August upcoming events. And but we also, like I said, we have Mike Burrell on from Rock Cup USA. He's going to talk about Santa Maria. I'm sure he'll talk a little bit about the past race weekend at Rock Sonoma. And then Travis Milbourne is going to drop some info into NorCal about Kart Idaho and what they have going on up there. And so it's going to be a pretty fun show. As always, we have the chat lines open. So if you have questions or comments, you can chat away. And hey, Jim Kidd, I will do my very best just to not move. I keep my hands still. I'll be like a boring news broadcaster because I did read your text before the show. So I'll try not to do this or anything else. So with that being said, let's see here. Ashley, I'll let you come on. You do your intro, and then we'll go down the checklist, and then we'll start bringing the guests on. How about that?
All right. Hey, NorCal. It is Monday, July 15th, and it is NorCal Mondays. All right. So Josh and I were in Reno over the weekend for Reno. So Northern Nevada Kart Club. I don't know which way it is on the screen. Maybe this way. Am I pointing to it? This side? They had a race over the weekend, and if I read somewhere earlier, there was 127 entries. So super impressive. Josh and I were kind of talking about when the last time we had been to Reno was. So, yeah, maybe somebody can help us out with dates. With IKF, maybe region 11 or 12. But anyway, we couldn't remember when the last time. So I didn't remember that there was like a whole back section too. So I stayed on one side, and once I walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a whole second part of the track over here. So it was super awesome to go back over there. 127 entries. Yes, there was thunder. They're calling it a monsoon, but thunder, downpour, all the things. But fortunately, they made the right decision for safety purposes and had to call that race.
Was it really a monsoon?
Shout out to Mason Britton, who won the Praga chassis. So our friend Mason, we're super excited about that. And then also, I do want to touch on August races. I want to wish our NorCal Karters that are traveling to Amarillo for the IKF Grand Nationals good luck, safe travels, all the things. Tag us because we'll be cheering for you. Speaking of cheering for you, wanting to shout out Joey Hand, of course. So really cool things happening from NorCal, coming out of NorCal. But yes, like Jason said, we do have some special guests on tonight. And I'm Preston Lambert too. Preston, we're all rooting for you, buddy. So keep up the good work over there. Yeah. I think we are ready to start our calendar rundown so we can get into our guests as well. As always, the calendar is available on NorCalKarters.com. And all of the events that we are talking about tonight will be on there, easily accessible, where you can click and find the info. Although this is about August, got some races happening this weekend. There we go.
There we go.
All right. So we have some races coming up this weekend. Prairie City is going to be Friday and Saturday. I'll explain the schedule and everything in a little while. Friday and Saturday, Prairie City Summer Super Series. Summer Super Series is what it's called. And then
You probably can't read it very well, right?
Yeah, Kinsman Moto.
Yep, Kinsman Moto Club race.
But we are going to talk to Mike Burrell because we got Rock Sonoma coming up first. So let's talk to Mike. Maybe we could show the August calendar. But Mike is going to kind of give us a little rundown over the weekend. There was the Rock Sonoma Club race as well. So, Mike, can you hear us?
No, I there he goes. We have to add him back to the stage.
All right.
All right. Can you guys
there
hear me?
Mike Burrow from Rock Cup.
Walking through the parking lot, so give me a minute here. But
all right.
All
well,
good.
We got Mike here to answer any questions Rock Sonoma related, but we wanted to hear about how the race went over the weekend and how Jason did.
Here's the weak link, of course. Nah, I'm just messing. Jason does awesome as usual, getting everybody pumped up and keeping on everything on track and getting everybody out there. But everything went well. We had 60 plus entries. It was the second round of the Summer Series Triple Crown there. So we got one more race left there in August. And then we'll have some people going home with tickets to Vegas from that. So that'll be real cool. And then, of course, this weekend we got Santa Maria coming up. The first ever Rock Pacific race / championship. It's going to be 2 races, Saturday and Sunday.
Yes. So Rock Pacific, and then it will be at Santa Maria. So we're excited about this because Rock Cup is giving away a ton of prizes and trying to bring people to the event. But question, Mike, what makes this Rock Pacific race a standout event in the calendar for Rock Sonoma, like the Rock Sonoma crowd?
I think it gives them the opportunity to test their skills somewhere else, so they're not a bunch of one-track wonders. They can come down there. They can race against some SoCal guys that are coming up. There's a lot of names that have already entered. I don't know, so I'm assuming those are not Rock Sonoma regulars. So they can, it's a good chance to come test yourself and test your, your skills and your experience against other people at a new, different facility. So that's always the challenge in racing, is not being the guy at one track. We could all stay at our home track, forever and probably be the best guy in history there. But the big fish, little pond, or be the bigger fish in a bigger pond. So that's what I would challenge this Rock Sonoma guys to come down and do, is just compete against other people and compete at somewhere you're not new with. You're going to learn more by, changing your chassis up, changing your driving up to a new track, and, you'll take it home and even be better.
Yeah, in Santa Maria, just as far as the characteristics of the track, is going to be quite different than Sonoma. Sonoma, Sonoma is a very forgiving track when it comes to, you could overdrive it and stuff like that. Santa Maria, you're going to see the guys that are the top dogs are going to be at the front really fast.
Yeah, that's kind of what I heard. I've heard it. I've never been there. I have a lot of friends from out this way that said, like, dude, that's the best track. That's where you go. And they said it gets sandy, it gets low grip, it makes you drive. So that'll be a good test of skills.
Yeah, the shifter guys love the turn coming on the straightaway because it's pretty much flat out. And how precise are you on the steering wheel?
Yeah.
So it'll lend itself to some very good racing this weekend.
Good. I'm excited to see it.
And then you're also giving away a VLR engine in the senior class.
Giving away. They made their 10 entries by the 10th, so we're gonna have a random draw. So those guys got a 10% chance of winning a whole VLR engine kit, and had shifters made it or brakes. Brakes we would have given a VLR kit, but had shifters given or made it, we would have been giving away potentially 2 shifter kits. And who's giving away? We're giving away offered a ton of motors. Probably $20,000 total in motors potentially to be given away at that race. And we got the VLR senior class, which made the 10 entries by the 10th, and so that's cool. I can't wait to draw for that. And I kind of hope the guy that needs it the most is the guy that wins it. The guy that has one motor and it's tired, and let's give somebody that really needs something, hopefully, a brand new package.
Yeah, and so I have a question for you, talking about the shifter guys. So at Sonoma, it's been pretty popular with the gentleman racers, like my buddy Jim Kidd, the limited 125 class. And for those who don't know, the Rock Shifter Limited, same exact engine package as the Pro Drivers and the Masters, with the exception of an exhaust restrictor. And it's been very popular because it's been...
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not much slower than the fully, I call them uncorked engines. And a lot of the guys that have to go to work on Monday have really enjoyed it. Are you going to have that package at Santa Maria?
Down there, we're not. We're following the Vegas and Florida Winter Tour format.
Got it.
Just because I would love to make that the shifter package for Masters nationally for Rock. We got some pushback from some people that still think they're going to Formula One at 50 years old. So,
I still have 2 years.
Yeah, there you go. You're in the running. I heard there's an open seat at what is it? Is it Ferrari or wherever? But you know, I seriously think that would be a great package for the Masters nationally. It's cheaper to run. It's easier on your body. It seemed like it's 1 second slower at Sonoma, if that.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Why not? It cuts your rebuild time down, and cuts your cost down then, or lengthens your rebuild time and cuts your cost down, and then it's just a little bit easier on you. So, we're still trying to get the Masters and some of the other Masters classes in Rock and Central South America to buy into it, and Ron's sent a couple headers out. We've sent those out to guys to test, and it's funny the different areas of the country and internationally how they feel about the shifter versus the limited shifter.
Well, I mean, the shifter attracts the guy that kind of has an ego anyway. That's why they go to a shifter. They want to go bang gears. They want to be the fastest guy on the track.
Over there, he said it.
I said it. NorCal Karters.
Yeah, you're right. No,
but I mean, that's the reality of the shifter, right? So it is kind of hard to get guys to back down just a little bit and say, "Hey, just give it a shot," because it is a good package, and it's been popular at Sonoma.
Yeah, it's a great package that needs to spread. So
yeah,
we might try it. We might just, I might get up the gumption and just say, "Hey, Masters, this is it. Good luck." But
yeah, and the other thing too about it too, that I know guys are going to say, "Well, I have 19 years of jetting experience with the unrestricted." The Rock shifter to jet, it's
pretty simple.
The window is going to be so open for you. It's you'll find it in a day of testing.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Mike.
So
can
you highlight some more prizes that you're going to be giving away to the competitors at the Rock Pacific race?
Yeah, I mean,
is this the layout?
That's the layout we're going to run. We heard that's the most popular layout. So it's pretty cool. It looks like plenty of turns and challenges. A lot of passing opportunities. But as far as the prizes, I mean, kind of a lot of the same stuff we're giving away for the Triple Crown, but in 2 days. We're gonna, Vegas tickets for the winners. Entry, fuel, tires, oil. Second place, I think they get a less consumable, so that we cover their entry for Vegas, but they still got to buy their tires, fuel, and oil. Each pole winner in the Rock classes each day is going to get a can of Sunoco fuel. Same Sunoco fuel we run in Rock. SCUSA is running, so that's helping competitors out nationwide. Let's see, what else are we doing cool? Briggs, if we end up with over 10 in the Briggs class, we're going to give the champion of that over the 2 days a VLR engine kit. So give that champion the opportunity to run Briggs or move up to VLR 100cc. And then RLV came on as a sponsor for the Briggs classes, and they got some great gift certificates for the guys in that class. So and we're getting pretty good about giving Levanto tires out at the drivers meetings as just raffles. So where everybody has an equal chance of winning a set of Levanto tires. Robbie told me we gave out 4 this weekend at Rock Sonoma. So you got a pretty good chance to show up at the drivers meeting of maybe walking away with a free set of tires. So
Yeah, and then
Alright.
also at Sonoma, you gave away some OMP gear, helmet bags, gloves from. I don't remember who the gloves were from.
It better
But
be from
Diving Gloves.
OMP because they're one of the rock sponsors globally. So
Globally, okay.
yeah, I would think they'd be from OMP.
So yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
And that's one thing I'd
Alright,
like to see.
guys.
Like that's one thing I'd like to see all the promoters do better. You guys bust your ass organizing these events and trying to find prizes or giving stuff away. After the fact, it'd be nice to push that out there. Hey, this is what we gave away. This is what we did. And I'm not just directing this at Mike. I'm directing this to all the tracks that might be listening, because it is important. The racers do want something back, and the volunteers or the staff, they're busting their ass trying to give stuff back. But then the 40, 50, 60 people that are at the podium presentation, they see it, and it's kind of forgotten when everyone goes home.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know what the magic bullet is to let everybody know what they want to get and what we're getting out and everything. But we Rock and OTK have been real good to us about whenever we throw a suggestion out there, like the 10 entries by the 10th to give away motors. I thought that'd be a great incentive. I mean, you end up with a 10% chance of winning a motor package. But
Yeah.
VLR Senior was the only class that got it, and I'm glad they did. We're gonna put all those pre-entries in a hat and draw one of them out. And they're gonna walk away with a new motor, which is cool, I think.
Well, in that Sonoma this past weekend, you had 21 out there in the senior class, and the racing in the top 10 was incredible. I didn't know where.
It was.
I had to watch the lead pack because I always get focused on the best racing on the track, but that lead pack was just dicing so much, and it came down to the last lap.
There was, and then there was good racing, from about 8th on to about 15th.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good, solid race all through that pack.
Hey, Mike. So we have another question, and I know this comes up a lot because I'm also in the Rock Sonoma Discord too. But what is 2025 looking like for Rock? What are the plans moving forward after even Rock Pacific stuff happening this year?
So we're meeting in August here with the track out there at Sonoma. Anybody that doesn't know, that is a very expensive place to race. Basically, the past 3 days there cost us $16,000 before we even turned a lap. To rent the track and have the ambulance there. That is a very expensive track to race. They have almost admitted to us that they're overpriced. So we're going to work with them on coming up with a schedule and a price point that, makes it at least break even for us. Rock and OTK, we're blessed that we don't have to make money to survive with the Rock side. But they don't want to lose money either. And we're losing good money at Sonoma each weekend. But they are very committed to having a good West Coast program. And if we got to go around, shop around for other tracks, or just really put the screws to Sonoma to, give us a good deal, we're going to have something out here. If it might not be 8 races, it might be 4 to 5 to 6 at Sonoma. Going forward with Rock Pacific, yeah, we're going to keep looking at other venues. We're going to keep looking at pushing that series a little harder and making it a good regional series for guys out here, a good stepping stone between a local club level series and then a national stuff. So, we want to be the place people go to learn, have fun, and mainly learn and to advance their career up to the national level. So, if we can make the Pacific Series into a good regional up and down the coast, even farther north than Sonoma, where we're getting good foothold with the Rock Pacific Northwest up in Vancouver. A lot of those guys want to come down south of the border and they're talking maybe in 25 or 26 at the latest, having a meetup somewhere between the Rock Pacific, Rock Sonoma guys, and then the Rock Pacific Northwest, maybe somewhere in between, and get a good a good fight between the guys in Vancouver and up north of the border up there, and then our good solid NorCal crowd. So we'll be here in 25. Just
All
gotta
right.
figure out how and exactly where.
You heard it, everyone. So now when on Discord, when anybody asks again, I'm just going to link, say catch the replay.
Catch the replay.
Yep.
Because Mike said it now 2 times on NorCal Mondays. But, all right, Mike. So kind of wrapping up a little bit on the Rock Sonoma segment, but we got Rock Pacific happening this weekend. Can you still enter? Are we still able to sign up? All the things.
Absolutely. I mean, it's still on the Alpha Rock USA page to enter. You can even enter at the track. You can enter now and pay at the track. Come down, make sure you want to do it. But we'll take entries now up till probably the time qualifying starts on Saturday. So, we're going to put on the event. I don't care if there's 1 kart or 100 there. We're going to make it a high quality event and give out good prizes.
Yes. All right. More info on Rock Pacific on NorCal Karters calendar, as well as Rock Cup USA Facebook page.
Yep.
But
and their web
Mike,
page.
thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Ashley, Jason.
Yep. I'll see you in a couple days.
We'll see you, bud.
All right. Drive safe.
You too. We'll see you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So just a quick recap for Mike Burrell, rockcupusa.com for the Rock Pacific and the Rock Sonoma stuff. So just go Rock Cup USA at the top, click on events, Rock Pacific, rules, regulations, results, supplemental rules, all the good stuff, everything you'll need to know. Click on the registration link. Boom. There you go. Did I miss anything, Ashley?
No, not for Rock Pacific. Walt, going through the comments, Walter saying shifters are very expensive in Peru. So that was about the shifter topic we were talking about.
Walter, good thing you're in California then.
But okay, so we do have Travis Milburn on from Kart Idaho. Let's talk to him for the best interest of time, and then I'm going to go through all of the details, hopefully everything you want to know for the Summer Super Series Race 2 this weekend and the Colby DuBato Memorial. So I want to bring up Travis just because he is in the studio with us. So bringing up Travis. Here we go. All right, Travis is here. Hey, Travis, go ahead and give us sound.
Try it again. Oh, hold on. I know what I did. Hold on.
I got it.
You got it.
Try again.
How about now?
There we go.
Perfect.
All right. Okay, Travis is here, everyone, from Kart Idaho, which is a little bit away from NorCal, but that's okay. We are going to be talking all about Spud Cup coming up. So we have Travis here. He's going to tell us about Spud Cup. And yeah, so let's get started. Travis, do you want to introduce yourself? Let us know about Kart Idaho. We have NorCal on, so go ahead and say hello.
Yeah, so actually, there's a bunch of racers down in California and Nevada that know me already because they've been to Spud Cup a few times. But my name's Travis. I own Kart Idaho in the Boise area, and then I'm also the promoter at what is now called Motorplex at the Mill, which is actually where we host Spud Cup now. The first 3 years we held Spud Cup at Kart Idaho. And just based on the infrastructure and everything at Kart Idaho now, it got too big for the track in terms of the parking side of things. So we had already built Motorplex at the Mill for Spud Cup 4, which is a roval kart track in a third mile speedway. And so now we have Spud Cup there. So yeah, so I'm bouncing between two tracks this year compared to last year. So yeah, that's what I do. Just
And
racetracks.
I'll look for the video, but on one of our previous shows, we had your buddy Andy Saisman on, and
Mhm.
he had some. I don't know if it was on his page or if it was somewhere, but there was. I'll find the video when Ashley's talking
Okay.
of the Roval and the track at the
Yeah.
new track.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just there's I'm trying to think. There's a track, I think it's called Flamborough Speedway in Canada, and they actually have a roval go-kart track at that speedway, and they actually have a club series that runs there. And then back east in Virginia, there's a track called Langley Speedway, and they kind of have a roval kart track as well. So we saw those, and they were working really, really well, and they're getting big numbers. So we built one too, and it's unique. And anyone in this area, it is so different from anything you do, but that's part of it being a roval go-kart track. It's not. It's kind of like a hybrid actual go-kart track and barrier track, like you would be in Vegas for Supernats or Rock the Rio. So
That's cool. So
yeah.
where did the idea of Spud Cup come from, and how did it go from an idea to this big, now we need to change venues?
So so I have a circle track background. That's where me and my family are. That's what we grew up doing. I did grow up karting a little bit, but we were primarily circle track racers. Uh, so in the circle, yep, there's a picture of the track right there. It used to be called Blue Valor, but we rebranded to Motorplex this year. So anyone that came last year, different name, we switched it up again on you. But um, we we were involved in the dirt stuff, like in terms of being fans, uh, but we've primarily done asphalt, and we really liked the Chili Bowl. And we knew that obviously you can't run a go-kart race exactly like Chili Bowl because dirt is obviously way different than asphalt, and we can't just run one class because we needed to hit all the junior classes and the master classes. So we decided to run a very simplified kind of like CKNA 4-stroke only race because in the Northwest we do not have a lot of 2-strokes. We have a club race at the mill this weekend, and it's 1,000 to win for 100cc senior, and we're probably going to get like 10 to 12 is what it's looking like right now based on pre-entries and guys that are talking about coming. So it's tough to get the hundreds right now in this region, but we have a ton of 4-strokes. So we were like, let's get the classes that are going to get us the cart count. Yeah, and that video is actually the track looks way different now with all the barrier and everything. That was looks like that was a testing video when we were just starting to build the track, but that'll give you a good idea on what it kind of looks like. So
Cool.
yeah.
All right. So different environment. Very cool. Very cool. So what's the most challenging aspect of this track? Like, what would be something someone needed to prepare for?
So this track is extremely wide. I think the narrowest point on the entire track is about 28 to 30 feet.
Okay.
So it's it's got tons of room everywhere. If you go off track, you had to really miss. But what it does is it's pretty much made it to where if you block or defend, you're gonna just get passed on the next straightaway because you have to have such a wide entry into the corner. So there is lots of over unders. There's lots of passing. A lot of the racers that were at Spud Cup last year, especially that watched. We do a 206 All Star race on Friday night, just to kind of kick off the weekend. And I'm pretty sure they were 3 wide about half the race, it seemed like. And actually, at the end of the race, they were 4 wide coming to the line. And Steven Iser, who ended up winning Spud Cup last year, he was leading at the white flag in the All Star race and ended up seventh. And he didn't end up seventh because he got wrecked. He ended up seventh just because that's how racy the track is. And there was probably most people are saying that was one of the best races they've ever seen. So it puts on really, really good racing. And with it being at the Speedway, it brings in fans. So we get to see some wild racing that a lot of go-karters are not used to because they can actually over under and race each other really hard and they have plenty of room to where they're not running each other off the track. So the hardest part is learning how to race on such a wide track like that where you can pass all the time. And you don't have to wait. You can just make a move whenever you pretty much want to. So just a completely different racing style than what most guys are used to doing in karting.
All right. Is this the track?
Yeah, it looks like that's some drone video from yeah, that looks like last spring, like right after we had paved it, because I don't even see the curbs in there yet, but it at least gives you an overview of the track from a little over a year ago.
All
So
right.
yeah, that was right after we paved it.
All right, NorCal. So it's paved. It's wide. And then, so Travis, tell us about the prize that everyone's talking about for Spud
Yeah,
Cup this year.
so that all-star race did us a lot of favors. Normally Spud Cup is 1,500 to win. And one year we got it up to about 2,000 to win. I think year two, it was either, I don't know if Cole Nelson won when it was 2,000 or 1,600, but yeah, so we had a sponsor at the track for the All-Star race, and I remember talking to him before the race. I'm like, we have never had a race here before, ever, and we're sending the best 206 drivers here uh, into this race, and we have no idea how it's going to go, and it went fantastic. And they were so excited that after Spud Cup was all over, they were like, how can we make this massive? And I was like, pay 5,000 to win, and they were like, you got it. So it's 5,000 to win, which in the car world for me, 5,000 to win in some of our classes like late models and stuff, you'll get 30, 40 cars to show up for 5,000 to win. So 5,000 to win, I knew for go-karts would be massive, especially a 206 race. And then we actually got it to where the normal winner's purse is on average, like I said, 1,500, and that's what second gets. And then third gets 1,000, and then we pay through the top five. And on the website where you have the registration page, it'll have the top five payouts there. But yeah, no, 5,000 to win, obviously a lot of money, especially for a 206. So I've been working on the format. So it is good for the seniors this year. It will be a little bit different because I already know how racers in general race for a $5 trophy and 1,500 to win and all that. So I'm creating a format where I'm hopefully going to protect the racers the best I can from themselves, and also give everyone the best shot to start where they deserve to start when it comes to Sunday in the main. But it's a really fun race. You get lots of racing. You have plenty of opportunities to start where you should start. And the way this track races, honestly, uh, you don't have to start up front to win. You don't have to get a great start to win. You can, if you're one of the fastest guys, you can slice your way right through the field and get up to the front, no problem. And you're never out of it. So that's what I think is going to make this pretty crazy and a lot of fun. And also too, with having it be 5,000, it's attracting race fans. We just had the Northwest Tour Super Late Models here a couple weeks ago at our track, and I had a lot of racers and crew members in the pits for the Northwest Tour teams coming up to me and being like, "Hey man, like, we're coming to that go-kart race in September. When is it? We got to be there." A lot of people from our other racing communities here, they're all coming. The locals in the town. We got a bunch of people coming for that. So I'm expecting Sunday we're going to have actually a pretty good crowd to be there, which is I mean, for me, from the karting perspective, if I knew I was going to show up and there was going to be 500 to 1,000 non-family members and friends there that are just there to watch a race, I would have gone for free, for nothing, just to race in front of that kind of amount of people. So that's one thing too that's going to be really cool, is we're going to have a lot of fans there, which is unique to a lot of the karting stuff we go to. So should be really, really cool for all the racers, especially this year.
Yay. All right, we do have a question. Is there going to be a limit on entries?
So the way I have it set up, seniors, there will not be a limit for seniors. I have it formatted where we can run as many as we need. With having, there will be obviously a limit in the main. We aren't going to start 50 plus guys on a half-mile go-kart track. We want everyone to make it. But with only having 5 classes, it's not like we're going to be there till 8 o'clock at night. So it allows us to bring in more carts. So the other classes, there is a good chance that if, like, for example, junior twos bring a really good amount of carts, if I start getting a lot, I may put a cap on some of those classes. But on the senior class, we won't put a cap.
All right. Thanks, Justin, for your question.
And Justin, I'll see you this weekend.
The track is super wide and looks like you can carry a lot of speed almost anywhere. Did you say the 4 cycles way outnumber the 2s there? If so, why do you think that is?
Yeah, so the track, you carry speed. We actually do have a corner where a lot of drivers said they use more brakes in one of the corners there than they do pretty much anywhere they've ever been. So in a 4-stroke, you actually have to really use your brakes in one of our corners, which is really unique, and a lot of them really liked it because it brought a different element they weren't used to. But it actually is slower top speed wise than our Kart Idaho track by actually 4 or 5 miles an hour. But because of the way the track is and it being in a bowl, it feels way faster. But it actually isn't as fast as you would think. And the reason, the number one reason why is cost. Plain and simple. That's why there's not as many. There's not as much money up here as there is down in California. But also too, our tracks are way more spread out in this region than it is in the California area. So for a lot of our drivers to go to a two-stroke race that's worth going. It just costs way too much money to make it a sustainable thing for a large number of guys to do it. So that's pretty much the main reason. I'm sure there's other reasons, but that's the main reason. And to put in perspective, when we started, our first year was 2020. Unfortunately, that was our first year. But our first race, we only had 18 karts at our first race total between all the classes. And at our last club race, we had, I think, 70 or 71. So we pretty much almost started from scratch, and now we've grown it to a very good size. And our two strokes are finally starting to show some growth, but they're still nowhere near where our four strokes are.
That's awesome. All right, Travis. So wrapping up this segment, what can participants and spectators expect from this year's Spud Cup? And why should NorCal be there?
So, well, a lot of the Northwest guys, they get excited the NorCal guys are coming, but the NorCal guys have been kind of winning a bunch of the races up here in the senior. But what's cool about it is we're a little ways north, but in terms of the Northwest and NorCal, we're kind of a central point between those two regions. So a lot of the Northwest tracks are between 5 and 7, 8 hours from us. And then like Prairie City is about 7.5 hours. And then Reno's about 6, 5.5, 6, now that Oregon upped their speed limit finally beyond 55. So we're obviously a drive, but we're not a huge drive. So it's a really good meeting point. Our Spud Cup and a lot of the guys that have been there before, it's an event. It's not just a race. We have a concert venue on site. So when the races are done, everyone goes into the concert venue, hangs out. We have a big dance floor. We have a full open bar in there, everything. So everyone was having a good time hanging out in there after the races last year. Probably the highlight of the weekend is Saturday when all the racing's done. We have the Better Half Grand Prix with all of our rental carts. So all the moms and wives go out there and race rental carts on Saturday afterwards. And it's a really good, it's a very good bonding time between all the racers, and it usually gets rid of some of the drama that has happened over the course of Saturday. But it's one of those races where when you come, it's not just about the race. So we try to add a little bit of, make your trip more than just coming to race a go-kart. So we want it to be where no matter how you do, good or bad, you're here and you have a good time. And that's what's most important to us. So that you have a good time.
All right. Well, thank you, Travis. And I heard that NorCal is the reigning champ at Spud Cup right now. So
Yep.
NorCal, we want to keep it that way. Definitely sending some of our guys over there. But thank you for coming on and sharing. We look forward to talking again and seeing you put on Spud Cup and some awesome racing up there in Idaho.
Yes, we look forward to it, and look forward to seeing the NorCal and sounds like actually Arizona, Texas, Colorado, Salt Lake contingents coming. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of already I think we're going to have 14, 15 states represented in this race, and some drivers from Canada as well. So it's definitely not just a NorCal Northwest race anymore. It's a little more than that, which is awesome, because we don't have a lot of that out this way like they do back east. So, but looking forward to the NorCal guys. Love seeing all of them up here.
All right. Thanks for hanging out, Travis. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
All right. So, Jason,
I didn't know I was back on camera.
you are
I am.
welcome.
Welcome.
All right, guys. So we are gonna go through really quick the last 2 races of the month, as far as I know. Again, everything it can be found on NorCal Karters calendar. But let's talk a little bit about this weekend. So we have our All-Star Karting Summer Super Series Race 2 this weekend. And it is going to be Friday and Saturday. So just the same setup as last time. We are going to be qualifying on Friday. Registration is going to be open all day. Camping opens Friday. You cannot camp on Thursday night because camping opens on Friday. The layout is going to be Forward Grand Prix. The track is going to be closed until 1 p.m. on Friday. We're going to have green, white, checkered qualifying rounds starting at 8:30 p.m. Then on Saturday, the 20th, gates are going to open at 9 a.m. Registration is going to be open all day. The practice track is going to be closed until 2 p.m. And then the driver's meeting is going to take place at 2 p.m. All junior and kid kart drivers must have an adult present at the driver's meeting. The warm-up session will start at 2:40, and then we're going to go on track under the lights, pre-mains, 4:30 p.m., and main events at 7 p.m. Following the main events, we're going to have the award ceremony. Same setup same layout as we did last time. Tire requirements. SKH2, all classes. Everyone can run SKH2. They're in stock and available at the pro shop. We're going to have Final Flag photography out there. Something Vicious catering. New kid kart weight is 160. And big thank you to River City Rentals for keeping our track lit for the Summer Super Series. So, All-Star Karting Summer Super Series Race 2 this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Questions, put them in the comments, and we will get there to them. Questions about All-Star Karting Summer Series Race 2. Put them in the comments. All right, Roxanne was going to have another club race, I believe, in August. And then we go into CCKRA on August. Thank you. August. Where are you? 17th and 18th is going to be the Colby DuBato Memorial. We will also be at Santa Maria. The classes, Tag Mini, Tag Micro, Junior 1 206, Junior 2 206, Senior 206, Senior Heavy 206, Junior 1 Pilot, 125, and Open Shifters, Kid Karts, and Kid Kart Novice. Those are going to be the classes we are going to be offering. Our feature classes will be the Junior and Senior 2-cycle classes. The 100cc Junior prizes, we're going to give away an entry to one round of Challenge of the Americas 2025. So, Junior 100cc, first place. Entry is one round to Challenge of the Americas. We're going to be giving away some cash. We're going to be giving away a CCKRA Karters 2025 race entry. And then in 100cc, we are going to be giving away guaranteed first place will get $2,500. Guaranteed $2,500 for senior 100cc. I'm thinking second place is going to get about $1,000. Third place is going to get some money too. I can't remember that number off the top of my head. And they're also going to get a all-star karting entry. Each class is going to participate in a special lap number 15 parade lap to honor Colby for his birthday. And to celebrate his birthday, we are going to be having mental health resources and be spreading awareness for mental health in our karting community. So again, that is August 17th and 18th. And more info can be found on NorCal Karters or CCKRA.com for that. We also have Kinsman is going to be in August. They're going to be having a club race. It looks like the 24th and 25th. And then Reno, again, is going to be having a night race, August 24th and 25th. Reno's going to be having a night race. It was pretty awesome track. I was very impressed. And I did want to remind everybody, there is a paving fundraiser going on for Reno, the track at Northern Nevada Kart Club. So they're doing a fundraiser to repave their track. They found a donor, and so they're doing a matching fundraiser. So they're trying to get, for some reason, I want to say $25,000, but that doesn't sound like it's enough. But let's say it is, and let's go help Reno. It's on their website. We talked about Spud. That's going to be happening in September. And I think that's all that I have for August. So August, a lot of money, a lot of prizes, and a lot of stuff giving away in August. So figure out where you want to go. And sorry, I'm trying to read some on the side to make sure I got everything. August night race. Oh, the Reno race is going to be a night race. I want to add that. The Reno race is going to be a night race. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Thank you. So they do a matching grant. So they're trying to raise funds. So let's get on there and help Reno, because it was a very awesome track. But
and then speaking of Reno, I had talked about earlier in the show about the promoters doing a better job at, promoting. There you go. Promoting stuff they're doing. So Cashed Out Racing and the Gold Rush Series, $7,500 in cash prizes. And I don't know exactly how they raffled it off, but they raffled off a brand new Praga chassis. I think it was a random raffle based on if you ran all 5 events, I think is how they did it. And you had to be present to win. You had to run all 5 events. And Cashed Out Racing donated the Praga chassis. So, yeah. Again, if you're a promoter or a club or a board member, I know you guys bust your butts off to get prizes and try to bring more racers to the track. Just take that extra 30 minutes at the end of a weekend and post it on Facebook or Instagram or something. It's quick, it's easy, it's free, and it just lets people know that, yeah, you are trying to give back and not just putting money in your pockets. Anything else, Ashley?
Well, I did want to mention NCK Road Racing. They are gearing up for the West Coast Grand Prix in October, but we will talk about them next month and in the upcoming event shows. A little news they did want me to drop this week is they are looking at acquiring the 2025 Road Racing Grand Nationals at Sonoma. So 2025 Road Racing Grand Nationals at Sonoma. So we're going to be excited about that. But again, we'll talk about NCK next month. Just to finish out. Yep, there we go. NCK. Just to finish out, we are going to be having our safety show with Phil Hand next week. Safety with Phil Hand. We're trying to make it a 1 of 3 episodes. This is going to be episode 1, where we are going to talk about the flags. So Phil Hand will be our guest. After that, we are going to be doing a Josh and Ashley anniversary episode where we will be giving away an entry to the Colby DuBato Memorial Race. The Josh and Ashley anniversary episode, we will also be giving away an entry. And then I have something in the works for a dollars and cents episode. So coming in the works, hopefully in August. Yeah. So that's all I have. And if thanks everyone for hanging out. I will see you this weekend if you are going to be at Prairie City. And Jason, take it away.
Take it away. All right. I mean, that pretty much wraps it up. We had Travis Hilborn on from Kart Idaho. We had Mike Burrell on from Rock Cup USA. We did a real quick recap of some of the races last weekend, like Rock Sonoma. Ashley, I missed where she said she was going to be this weekend. Oh, Prairie City probably. And then I will be at Santa Maria for the Rock Pacific event. And yeah, so a lot of racing. If you want to get into karting, you can go to NorCal Karters and click on the tab that says Start Karting Now and fill out the information. I'll give you a call back within a day or two, depending on what the racing looks like. But I'll answer your questions, help you get into a kart. So again, NorCalKarters.com, Start Karting Now. And just remember, if we all get one person in karting, we'll double by next year.